Without disabled people, you would not be able to survive or thrive. You owe a lot of your ability to exist, survive, and thrive to disabled people.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I have, as usual, a whole bunch of stuff lined up, man. I was on X today. There was clip after clip after clip I kept bumping into, and I still had a bunch of stuff that I downloaded yesterday. I already have 2 other videos pre-recorded, so I'm kind of falling a little bit behind here. Dave and I from Idle Hands has been, we've been collaborating quite a bit lately with the new YouTube collaboration feature. You will see that we do crossover clips quite a bit here and there too, right? We both kind of tap into some of the same sources on X. So normally when I see that Dave is beaten to the punch and he's already used a clip that I want to use, I usually just shove it aside. But there's a couple that I came across here, guys. I kind of can't resist them. So I don't mean to be repetitive. It's always good to get a second input, right? But there's probably gonna be a couple in here over the next couple videos that you'll see on Dave's channel and on my channel. Either way, it's still gonna be a lot of fun. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it.
Well, there's no denying it, you know. Taco apparently called Rupert Murdoch this morning to threaten him because Rupert Murdoch has a recent employee, attorney, who's left the Justice Department, and that attorney and the Justice Department has all the tea on Taco and Epstein. Yeah, and he called Rupert Murdoch this morning, and Rupert Murdoch told the American people that he called him this morning to threaten him if he releases that story. He'll take away his license here in the country. You know what you're seeing right now is what it must have sounded like when a dinosaur died. You know, the loud crash out, and that's what we're seeing. The dinosaur, the 250-year-old dinosaur. You know, the men that burned crosses, buildings, businesses, and people in the South. And the South has spoken. 3 Democrats win big in Mississippi. They can't spin this fast enough. They can't lie fast enough. They don't know how. They can't find their ass with both hands on Fox. It's entertaining, I'll tell you, but it's also scary to watch these people, these violent, disgusting, vile people who do nothing but spread hate and rhetoric. Their talk is divisive rhetoric meant to divide us. And they can't. They can't hide the fact that it's not working anymore.
MAGA got what they wanted. I won't be in the food pantry line this year for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna be down at Walmart self-checkout because I found my food pantry video. It is over a minute long, and yes, I am monetized on this app. Thanks, guys. You're feeding a pink-haired disabled lesbian this year for Thanksgiving. Maybe I can afford Ocean Spray cranberry sauce.
If you motherfuckers put a complete abortion ban into this nation, women got nothing else to lose. I'm just gonna put that fucking out there. What the fuck else do we have to lose at this point? We're gonna burn this shit to the ground. I hope you realize that.
You know what's crazy? If Kamala Harris would have ran on any one thing, just one thing that Zohran ran on, she would have won by a landslide. Just saying.
Kamala Harris did run on similar style policies. You know, we may not all start at the same place, but it's important that we all end off at the same place. $25,000 to all new homeowners. Yet we have no idea where the $25,000 is coming from. Oh, the rich gotta pay their fair share. We're just gonna tax them a lot higher now. Capital gains tax on the public American citizen. That was gonna work out really well. What about the night that she released her economic plan, which shook the heart of every news station out there? CNN, MSNBC, they were all looking at it like, yeah, she ran the same type of style that Mamdani did. The only difference is Mamdani's a hell of a lot smoother of a talker than Kamala Harris is. He doesn't do word salads. He's a little bit more Obama style. You can see that he's a little bit corrupt. There's something sketchy about him, but you put him in front of a microphone, he appears to be very likable. Keep in mind though, he only got 50% of the votes. From what I heard, only 12% of New Yorkers actually voted for him. I'm not sure if that number's off. That sounds a little bit low, honestly speaking, from my point of view. Kamala Harris, when she went up against Trump got, I think it was about 37% or 39% of the votes in New York. Kamala Harris got the other 60. She did better than Mamdani. If you really look at the numbers, it's nothing to really get too excited about. He got 50.5% or something like that of the New York votes. But hey, don't let me burst your guys' bubble.
Can somebody explain to me what happened to my generation, Gen X? How did you turn out to be MAGA? I truly am perplexed by this. What a disappointment. So, hey, I'm Gen X, and I'm the complete opposite of MAGA. Complete opposite. In fact, if you're MAGA, see your way out. You don't have to announce it. You could just simply unfollow, block. I don't really care. But what a disappointment.
I'm sure y'all have seen that video of the lady that's been calling the churches, and then the mosque was the only place, one of the only places that offered to help her, and literally asked her what kind of formula, because that guy's obviously a dad and knows that babies only take certain kinds of formula that they're used to. And I just wanted to say, here in Cleveland, the Islamic Center, the mosque, which is near where I live in Parma, has a free medical clinic once a month. And anybody can come. Do you know any churches doing that? Just curious.
I'm putting ICE in the same category as child molesters. They're in the same category to me as child molesters. So if any ICE is watching this, this is what I think of you as. Up there in that same category. Right up that fucking hill. Right on top of it. Right there, side by side. The good old wood chipper and the pig farm. Okay, you have a good night now.
Americans have finally decided to start using the Second Amendment against ICE agents in Chicago. In the Southwest Side, multiple shots were fired at ICE agents as they were taking away a young woman in her 20s. An angry crowd gathered, and people demanded for her release. When ICE agents refused, of course, as they do, shots were fired at them, as is an American Second Amendment right. I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to kidnap people in an unmarked vehicle with masks on, completely unidentified, in front of an entire neighborhood of people and expect nobody to say shit. Chicago doesn't come to play, bitches.
I've never seen a group of people that always claim to be so intelligent and so highly educated, and the rest of us should all read a book. They always boast about their educations and how many bachelor degrees they have and all the rest of it. Yet when it comes to the Constitution, even though they think they're all constitutional specialists now, if I'm right, the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, not the right to commit attempted murder. And in her own words, she stated that people gathered around as ICE agents were trying to apprehend some woman. So she does not know who the woman is. For all she knows, this woman is some big time criminal who's committed murder, who's done all sorts of drug trafficking. She has no idea of this woman's history. They're just assuming that this is some innocent poor immigrant who's in the country despite being illegal. They want to look at it like, oh, they're just undocumented and here for a better life. And then she wants to go on about, hey, you didn't identify yourself, you're wearing masks, we don't know who you are, but you're referring to them as ICE agents. You stated that they popped off shots at ICE agents. You know damn well who they are. The bottom line is, you liberals out there, you far left progressives, the ones who are going a little bit too far. The Trump administration is going to really run out of patience with you guys very soon. You want to claim how he's a dictator and how he's American Hitler and you guys are living under fascism. All this bullshit that you guys are doing on a daily basis, you would not be able to do under fascism. You would not be able to do this under a dictatorship. You are as free as they come. But I would stop taking that for granted. You guys are going to bite off much more than you can chew. And that time is coming really soon. The hammer's going to hit you guys. And when it hits you, it's going to hurt.
If you are a Christian white man living in America, quit acting like you're the victim. First off, the male loneliness epidemic is not real. You're just insufferable. Second off, you are only so offended by misandry right now because you are one of the men perpetuating these stereotypes that all men are evil and that they're violent and cruel. You are one of the people doing that. Third, masculinity is not dying. We've just moved on from being your type of masculinity or what you think it is, which is violence, hate, and power. It's none of that shit. You're just fucking evil. Another thing, Christianity is not under attack or under fire in any way. People in America, believe it or not, just want freedom of religion, which includes freedom from religion. All in all, you are not the victim. Stop pretending to be. I would love you to know that Christian white men are never the victim, pretty much throughout all of history. I challenge you to tell me one way they could be. Cry about it.
I was supposed to have a first date tonight, and he just unmatched me on Bumble, so I guess we're not going to get drinks anymore. But I thought I would show you guys my outfit so somebody saw it, because I know I'll get questions. My dress is from Eloquy, but I got it from Dia & Co. My jacket is from ASOS, and my boots are Topshop. It's a cute look. His loss.
Okay, I'm going to need somebody to explain this to me. Why is it always, if you can't afford your rent or your bills, buy less lattes or avocado toast, instead of, if you can't afford to pay your employees, buy less yachts, spacecraft, cars, mansions, etc.? Someone explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old, please?
Look at every single person's profile that decides to follow me because I think it's just so fun that now over 10,000 people have decided to take interest in my life. But with that being said, I don't know how it's not clear that I hate Trump. I know I don't post a lot of my own personal content regarding politics, but that's because there are so many other people on this app that do such a good job of it, and you should absolutely check my reposts. I think that Trump is probably the worst thing for our country and has been the worst thing for our country and will always be the worst thing for our country. And I think the evolution of the Republican Party so far is just so wildly extreme. I personally cannot wrap my mind around how people even support what this party is doing to our country and doing for the people of this country. And as someone who was born and raised in New York, I am so incredibly happy for the people of New York City. Mamdani getting elected mayor of New York City, I think is just such a step in the right direction. And the thing is I hope he follows through on his campaign. I hope he accomplishes what he set out for, and I hope that everyone else in the United States takes this as a wake-up call and we can start making that happen in other states as well. So this is just your reminder that I don't like Trump.
You didn't have to make a video about it. We all knew right out of the gate, as soon as he jumped in front of the camera lens with those glasses and that nose ring and just that stunned look on your face, we knew that you were definitely not a fan of Trump. But more importantly, since Trump has been elected, something that I've seen time and time again in comment sections and whatnot is repeal the 19th Amendment. And I've always thinking, it's a little bit harsh. You know, what about for the women that are on the right side of things? What about for those conservative women that have common sense? They shouldn't lose their vote. Then I started seeing even women saying, hey, if we'd repeal the 19th, I would gladly give up my vote. When I see women like this talking about how this is going to be so great for New York's future, socialism, and yeah, I can kind of understand why people say repeal the 19th.
MAGA, conservatives, anyone who votes Republican. Why? Why do you guys continue to vote Republican? Is it just like part of your family's history? It's just what you do? Like, got to continue on the family tradition? Like, why do you guys continue to vote Republican when you see time after time after time that red states do the worst? Lowest in education, high poverty, high in crime. Like, I don't understand. Why don't you guys in red states take a chance? Just take a chance just one time and vote in a Democrat and see if things change. I truly don't understand. Please feel free to enlighten me in the comments. Why do you guys continue to vote Republican when time and time again has shown that the Republicans don't do shit for your states?
I think the influx of comments I got from old people telling me that the young folks don't know anything about socialism and communism, and that's why they all like Zohran Mamdani, are really funny, considering one, Zohran Mamdani is a democratic socialist. In reality, he's a social democrat. He's not a communist. And two, old people have absolutely zero clue what communism is. No one above the age of 40 can define it. All they know is that it's scary because they were propagandized to believe that for 50 years, and they're all victims to Red Scare Cold War propaganda. If you don't know what something is, you shouldn't be saying it's bad. It's just like, shut up, boomer.
I used to love his content until he got all political. I always hated you. I hated you even when I was making history content. I always fucking hated Republicans. I fucking hate Republicans. I need you to understand that. This isn't a game to me. I fucking hate Republicans, and I hate you.
As I watched Mamdani give his acceptance speech, I'm just gonna say this. There's no fucking way she lost. There's no fucking way she lost. And you were never going to convince me of it. There's no fucking way that fucking taint waffle child rapist bitch won the presidency. He fucking stole it. 100%. He fucking stole it. You can't convince me otherwise. Not after what we just saw in New York. Nope. That little bitch baby that shits his pants every day, taco tits, absolutely stole the election with his little waving friend. They stole the election. You can't convince me otherwise now.
You know, you libs are super, super hypocritical. I mean, it just goes to no surprise. I don't even really know why I explain it. Just a question for liberals out there. Who was a better president between Barack Obama and Joseph Robinette Biden? Who would you say was more charismatic? Who had more punch? Who had more fire? Who was more electric in front of a microphone? Who was more convincing to a crowd? Who drew bigger crowds for their speeches? Even during Biden's presidency, when Barack Obama showed up, the crowds were larger because people were excited to see Barack Obama. There was something very likable about this guy. When he'd jump in front of a microphone, he was so full of charisma that even though you know he's a bad guy, you just kind of like him for those few minutes. Until he started campaigning for Kamala Harris, and his true colors showed and you seen what a scuzzbag he really was. But before that, he was just such a likable guy. The reason why I ask this is, how is it humanly possible that Joe Biden, with the campaign that he ran in 2020, how he got several more million popular votes than Barack Obama did? I mean, how do you guys not see something is wrong there? How does that not make sense? I know you guys want to use COVID excuses. Oh, more people ended up voting due to mail-in ballots and all that type of stuff. But Joe Biden really just ran a super flat campaign. He really had no fire to him. It was probably the most boring presidential campaign in presidential history. Yet, he got 81 million popular votes. And we weren't able to question that. We weren't able to say, hey, something seems a little bit wrong with that. Trump ran a really good campaign. From our opinion, he should have won. And we're thinking that there's something questionable happening here, something a little bit fishy. You know, where did all these other votes come from at 3 o'clock in the morning? How come certain voting poll stations were like boarding up their windows and kicking out certain employees? Why was there box loads of ballots that were coming in the middle of the night? We weren't able to question any of that. If you did, you're a danger to democracy. But then a few years later, Trump wins again, and he wins by a decisive amount, 77 million votes. It was 4 million behind what Biden's was. But now it's okay for all of you liberals to sit there and say, oh, Trump cheated. Elon Musk, he controls the internet. He got everything going in Trump's favor. How come it's okay for you guys to question everything now? How come you guys are not a threat to democracy? How come it's okay for you guys to be election deniers? Well, once again, this is honestly what we expect from you liberals. You guys are hypocrites. If you guys were to win the 2028 election, and if we question that, oh my God, you guys, national threat, all the rest of it. But every single time a Republican wins, even when it wasn't Trump, you guys are screaming that there's something wrong with the ballots. There was some foul play somewhere, somehow, that there's no way the Democrats could have lost. Now that you guys are on your high horse in this off-year election that Mamdani won, New York, blue state, you guys won in New Jersey, again, blue state, Virginia, blue state, Prop 50 in California, retaining these judges in Pennsylvania. These are all things that were kind of expected to happen anyways. It's not like you guys came into any red states and flipped them. It's not like you guys came into somewhere that Trump won and turned it back around. But now, because you guys won blue states that were already blue, you guys are thinking, oh man, the midterms, we're gonna wipe the floor with them. Blue wave is coming 2028. Man, we are back in that White House. Because you guys just won things you were supposed to win anyways. Come 2026, 2028, don't hold your breath. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this one. If you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed as of yet, please consider doing it. If not, if you can like the video, share the video, interact with it in one way or another, it'll be greatly appreciated. You guys take care of yourselves, and until next video, have a good one, guys.
Outside of Obama, I don't think there's ever been a candidate more ready for the moment, more ready for questions, more ready to lead than Mamdani. Seriously. I mean, an absolute masterclass. He went on Fox, a masterclass. Didn't avoid no questions. Answered them. I mean, flat out. They asked him, will you apologize? Absolutely. Boom. Said it right then and there. Delivered a message. Boom. Straight to Trump. Delivered a message. Boom. Straight to Cuomo. Delivered a message. Boom. Straight to the people. There has never been a candidate more ready for the moment. And even his press run, his campaign, like the marketing for his camp, Perfection. Perfection, bro. I mean, he's honest, he's open, he wants to serve, he wants to help. There's no stains on this nigga's record at all, bro. Like, Uganda, shut the fuck up, man. And on top of all the shit, he been schooling these niggas. Schooling these niggas. Whipping ass. Belt to ass. On top of all that, he's also a nice guy. Like, genuinely. He's also, like, genuinely a nice person. He don't back down from shit. He's called out bro, they really, like, New York City, y'all got a gem in this man. You got to protect this man. Vote for this man. Like, for real. These are the kind of candidates we want to see rise. These are the kind of candidates we want to see rise at the state, local, every federal level. People who actually give a fuck about people. Like, the candidates who actually give a shit about their neighbors, right? Like, they give a shit about the working class. They give a shit about their neighbors. They give a shit about the poor. And they can't be bought. They just literally refuse to be bought. Not the bullshit on the right side where they were like, drain the swamp and this and that, yada, yada. And then all these niggas is all bought. Bitch ass niggas. Every single one of them on the right. Every single one of them. Fuck niggas. All of them. New York City, you got your man. Finish it off. You got your man.